Hello and welcome to English class of Standard 11. Today we will be studying 1.4 Pillars of Democracy by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The name of the lesson is Pillars of Democracy. We begin with icebreakers. First question is choose the correct alternative. The statement is given and options are given of that statement. We have to choose from among them which one is the correct alternative. Statement is government of the people, by the people and for the people shall not perish from the earth. This famous statement is made by Abraham Lincoln. The correct answer is tick marked. The second statement is a system where the government is elected and ruled by people is called democracy. Third statement is a democratic country is governed by its constitution. The trinity of democracy comprises three principles. Complete the web to show the trinity of democracy. The title is Trinity of Democracy of this web diagram and you have to write the branches of it. The three important principles of democracy are liberty, fraternity and equality. The next question is match the following. In column A, Constitution, Liberty, Equality and Fraternity are given. We need to match the descriptions of it in column B. Constitution. Constitution is matched with D. It is an aggregate of fundamental principles or established precedents that constitute the legal basis of a polity, organization or other type of entity and commonly determine how that entity is to be governed. In short, it is a rule book to govern any establishment. Liberty, it is the freedom to go wherever you want, do what you want, etc. Equality, it is the state of being equal, especially in status, rights or opportunities. Fraternity, it is the sense of common brotherhood. Now coming to the name of the lesson. They say that pillars form a support for concrete buildings. Metaphorically speaking, that is comparing it with the same thing, when we speak, a strong nation too depends on strong pillars. So we have to explain the pillars of democratic nation and make a list of obstacles that are threat to the progress of the nation. Here, points are given here like pillars are free and fair elections, freedom of expression, liberty, equality, fraternity, accountability, strong values, transparency, education for all, health for all, etc. Based on this, you can elaborate your answer. Now, what are the threats to the progress of a nation? Threats are apathy of voters, corruption, lack of accountability, lack of transparency, religion, caste-based politics, censorship on free speech, etc. All these are the threats for the progress of a nation. You can take help of those points and elaborate your answer. To introduce Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, we all know that he is the architect of Indian Constitution. He was born on 14th April 1891 in the town and military cantonment of Mo, now Dr. Ambedkar Nagar. It is known in that name. It is in Madhya Pradesh. He got his degree from Elphinstone College, Mumbai. He subsequently obtained the doctorate from Columbia University, USA and London School of Economics. He was also assigned the big and challenging task of framing the Constitution of India in the capacity of the chairman of the drafting committee. He was awarded the Bharat Ratna posthumously, that is after his death, for his dedication and commitment for the welfare of our country. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar gave more importance on the values of liberty, equality and freedom. Liberty means all the people are free. Equality means all the people should be treated equally and fraternity means there should be a feeling of brotherhood amongst one another. According to him, these principles will make India a strong nation. He opines, that is his opinion about hero worship, is that hero worship is a sure road to degradation, and eventually, that is finally, dictatorship and collapse of nation will happen because of hero worship. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, who was assigned with a big challenge of framing the constitution in the capacity as the chairman of the drafting committee, he was the firm believer in pillars of democracy like that of justice, equity, freedom, representation, and so on. We begin with the lesson Pillars of Democracy. The writer, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, he says that he asks us the question as to what must we do if we want to maintain democracy not merely in form but also in fact. That is democracy to be experienced. The first thing he says that we must do is to hold fast, that is we should stick to constitutional methods if we want to achieve social and economic objectives. He says that when there is no way left out for constitutional methods for achieving economic and social objectives, then there is a great deal, that is, there is a great chance for unconstitutional methods to arise. But where if the constitutional methods are open, then there can be no chance or no justification for unconstitutional methods. These unconstitutional methods are nothing. He says that they are just grammar of anarchy. Grammar of anarchy means a state of disorder due to the absence of non-recognition of controlling system. As there is no controlling system, the controlling system is absent, so the state is in disorder. So that is grammar of anarchy. And sooner these unconstitutional methods should be abandoned, means they should be left immediately for the betterment of us. The second thing, as suggested by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, is that about being cautious, is that the one which is suggested by John Stuart Mill. John Stuart Mill has given a suggestion to all those who are interested in maintenance of democracy. He says that one should not lay their liberties, that is, they should not give away their freedom at the feet of even a great man, or they should not trust him with the powers which will enable that man to establish his own institutions. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar further says that there is nothing wrong in being grateful to great men who have rendered, that is, who have contributed lifelong services to the country. But he says that there are limits to gratefulness. The writer here quotes Irish patriot Daniel O'Connell. He says that the patriot Daniel O'Connell has said, "No man can be grateful at the cost of his honor," which means that no person can be grateful by giving his honor. And also, no woman can be grateful at the cost of her chastity, which means she will give her purity and she will be grateful. There is no woman as such. Also, no nation can be grateful at the cost of its liberty. Means to be grateful to someone, the nation cannot hand over its liberty, its freedom. So this is said by Irish patriot Daniel O'Connell. This is being admired by a writer, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He says that this is a caution as far more necessary in the case of India than in case of any other country. Because in India, bhakti, or what we may call the path of devotion or hero worship, it plays an important part in politics as far as compared to other countries in politics in the world. He says that bhakti in religion, that is to be devoted in religion, it may lead us to the road of salvation, that is to the road of peace of the soul. But if bhakti in politics is considered or hero worship is considered, this will lead to the road of degradation. That is, it will be a harm to the nation, and eventually we will lead we will be going towards dictatorship, says the writer. We will continue with the lesson in our next class. Thanks for watching. Meet you in the next class. Goodbye till then.